To the average viewer, this is just a normal baseball game between two Division I institutions. But if you pull back the curtain, you'll know that one team is paid to be here. This can be loosely referred to as a guarantee game, a money game, or a buy game.
Basketball teams, for instance, may play a Division II or III team, and usually you're buying that game for just like, a couple $1,000, quite honestly, as opposed to the bigger schools will pay, $120,000 for a game. That has a lot to do with, I think, at the end of the day, that the larger programs are interested in hosting home games. So when you're scheduling basketball, you're either going to schedule a home and home series. You may just get bought and go play a road game.
All three levels of NCAA college athletics follow this formula. Smaller schools need the money, and every school needs the home games to finish their schedule.
So when we were at the FCS level, our model was we would go and get one bye game a year. That bye game, we would be playing against an FBS opponent. We tried to schedule those regionally, and so we wanted to be able to have our fans be able to go to the games, but also if we could drive there, then it allowed us to, whatever the guarantee was that we're getting, it allowed us to have more revenue.
These ventures are not only for the money though, especially not for smaller sports, with some of these buy games being all about the player experience.
Again, I think for our student athletes, it's a great experience to go play some of the best Division I talents in like really cool venues, but it's a little bit of a trade-off because there's a decent chance you may not be successful. I think we had a much better shot of probably winning a game, no disrespect to Holy Cross, hosting them than we probably would going south.
Now the administration seems to be in sync on this, but how do the players feel about these games?
Like if Penn State is S tier, Utah State is A minus B plus, bro. The drop off isn't as close as you would think, and the connectivity of that crowd, bro. They hit us with a chant saying, like, you're the loser, we're the winners. You're the losers, we're the winners. Like, bro, they got it. That crowd was ruthless. That was a true college atmosphere, and it propelled me for the whole entire season.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Joshua Harrison Williams, and it is time now for our top stories of the night. With March Madness in full swing and basketball season coming to an end, that can only mean one thing. The NCAA transfer portal has opened. The portal opened March 24th, and one Delmarva school has taken one of the biggest portal losses. The University of Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks have now lost 10 players from their men's and women's programs, with 9 coming from the men's side. Among those 9, the Hawks lose leading scorer in All-MEAC selection, K.C. Shaw, who now holds offers from Georgia Tech, Coastal Carolina, and Temple, among others. As of now, UMES has just 2 players left on their men's roster. First-year head coach Cleo Hill Jr. will now have to bring in an almost entirely new roster for the second time in as many years, as nobody from this past year's team was at UMES before he was hired last June. Other portal entries include Casey's brother, All-MEAC rookie team selection Kyrell Shaw, as well as junior guard Hassan Perkins. On the women's side, they only bear one loss, that loss being sophomore forward Amira Ofunyan, who played in 52 games in her 2 years at UMES. Moving on, Joseph Baynard is back on the mat after having to sit out a majority of the wrestling season. This past Saturday, February 1st, Cape Henlopen Wrestling came out with a new member of their team. Junior Joseph Baynard transferred to Cape from Laurel in the middle of the school year, following the Delaware football season and before the wrestling season. Because Baynard transferred to another Delaware school in the middle of the year, he had to sit out and was subject to a period of ineligibility enforced by the DIAA. Baynard is a 2-time state placer and conference championship at 285 pounds and has won his first 2 matches since returning to the mat. And a college commitment. Garrett Cooper from Delmar signs with UMass High School. Football in February can only mean one thing: National Signing Day. The day where kids from all over the country announce where they will be attending college for the foreseeable future. This time, it's the Delmar Wildcats sending a kid to the Division I FBS level. Offensive lineman Garrett Cooper signed on the dotted line today, as he will be taking his talents to UMass after an official visit on January 24th and a commitment on January 28th. The 6'6" tackle was rated as a 3-star recruit by 247 Sports, and that'll do it for us. Have a great night, everybody.
New year, new conference, new wrestlers, but the goal remains the same. Morgan State University Wrestling is gearing up for their second season back after a 25-year-long hiatus. Second-year head coach Kenny Monday is looking to turn his young squad into a national power.
Kids have had a good year of experience from last year, and I think the focus was to have a great summer, work hard through the summer and come back better than you came last year.
Monday and his staff brought in multiple newcomers like Oklahoma transfer Darian Roberts and the first two heavyweights since reviving the program in North Colorado transfer Xavier Doolin and freshman Rasheem Duncan.
It just instantly clicked. I felt like they're all brothers to me. I felt like I've known them for years before here, so it feels good being here with all the guys, and we all get along pretty well, and I'm just happy to be here with all of them.
The program made a critical move in year 2 by joining the Eastern Intercollegiate Wrestling Association, or EIWA. This is major for recruiting and national recognition, as being in a conference gives you an automatic bid into the NCAA Division I National Championship Tournament.
I've got in my conference, I want to make that national championship. So I've definitely taken a look. I know what I need to do, the work I need to put in. I know it needs to be done at the conference tournament.
Last year, we didn't even have our mats down, right, early on. And so a lot of our preseason training was just like running and lifting. And
college wrestling's oldest conference has a new member, the Morgan State University Bears, and they look to shock the world, make black history, and win the conference. With Morgan State University, I'm Joshua Harrison Williams. In a battle of two 4-1 teams, the Woodbridge Blue Raiders took on the Milford Buccaneers this week. But this matchup was more than two conference foes, as Milford head coach Jed Bell is the direct predecessor to Woodbridge head coach Marvin Dooley.
Listen, reality is you never think about them things because you work to get your team ready. But I'd be lying to you if you ain't say you want to win. But the bottom line is going into the planning for all week, it has nothing to do with it.
Bell was in the Woodbridge system for 10 years. There he would appear in 3 state title games, winning 2. Bell took over as the head coach in 2018 and had a 16-3 record before stepping down in 2021.
Honestly, it's probably more emotional than anything because I was home for a long time. I love all those guys. We did a lot of really special things there too. Just the national anthem, those guys putting up 4s and things like that. It's big time.
After going down 20-0 late in the first half, Milford would get their only score of the game on a wide receiver pass to junior quarterback Caden Jarrett. But fresh out of the half, senior defensive lineman Cameron Johnson would take the momentum right back on his 3rd touchdown of the night.
We're a very young football team, so we've got a lot of learning to do. Hats off for Woodbridge. They had a great game plan. They got a lot of tremendous athletes, as you guys know.
See, but the running backs ran hard all night, but the defense set the tone. With field position, we had better field position almost all night.
Blue Raiders, who are now 2-0 in as many weeks, came into Milford and handled business 42-6. With Morgan State University, I'm Joshua Harrison Williams. My name is Joshua Harrison Williams, and I'm at Lewis T. Murray Field as the Morgan State softball team prepares for their 2024 season. Their season opener begins February 10th at Bowie State University. We got a chance to catch up with some new players and with some returning players to see how they've been preparing for this upcoming season.
As the softball team prepares for its season opener against Bowie State, the Bears have one goal in mind: earn a trip to the NCAA tournament. Before they arrive there, the Bears must win the MEAC tournament. They are no strangers in competing for a regular season conference championship, having accomplished that goal for the past 3 seasons. Freshman Amber Rivas learned quickly about the camaraderie shared by her teammates.
I think because this team is very senior dominant. I mean, we have 9 seniors, I'm pretty sure. All these seniors want to come out with a ring. They don't want to leave college without a ring, so I feel like that brings a little more to the table than other schools.
This may just be the start of the season, but the team is already in championship mode.
Our team, I feel like every day at practice, just everybody comes, they show up here like we're in the championship already. We are here to win. We are here to have another ring. Well, I really don't have one, but they do.
Bears are not just looking to win the MEAC, but compete on a national level. They hope to return to the NCAA tournament where they last competed in 2021. Head softball coach Larry Hinlin admitted to the team having jitters the last time they were in the regional tournament that he said will prepare them for the next time.
And that's where the coaching staff needs to come in. And since that time, I've tried to up my game, as every coach and every person does. Try to up my game to make sure when we get there again that those kinds of things, won't be an obstacle for us.